Want to learn an important skill but can't find the time to work on it? Or maybe you struggle with finishing a project? Or do you want to spend your time on something important rather than mindlessly scrolling through your phone? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you can vastly improve your life by implementing a concept that's commonly known as the 5-hour rule. So in today's video, we'll talk about the 5-hour rule, why it's important, and 5 simple ways you can implement this concept into your busy schedule. Now be sure to watch this whole video all the way to the end, because I'll also give you a free tool you can use immediately to implement this rule. And finally, if you enjoy the content of this video, then please help us out by taking a few seconds to hit the like button and subscribing to our channel. Okay, let's get to it. What is the 5-hour rule? The 5-hour rule was created by Benjamin Franklin in order to develop habits and increase long-term productivity. The 5-hour rule means dedicating 1 hour a day for 5 days in order to learn or to master something. This time is spent on learning, reading, reflecting, experimenting, and taking action on a skill you want to master. This concept has been used by many others since Benjamin Franklin's time. Successful people like Barack Obama, Elon Musk, and Warren Buffett have all used the 5-hour rule to master something important. What makes the 5-hour rule so important is that it allows you to create a strong and beneficial habit that can last for years. The benefits include creating consistency in your life, improving your time management skills, providing a healthy learning system, increasing your long-term productivity. Now that you know why the 5-hour rule is so important, let's go over a simple 5-step process for implementing this concept into your life. 1. Create time for learning a skill. We all have busy schedules that are jam-packed with tasks, projects, and other obligations, so it might be hard to find that extra time to start something new. You work all day, and finally, when you have free time and try to do something productive, your willpower is depleted. Then how do we overcome this? One strategy is to create a new category of time that's dedicated to learning. You would treat it like any other important aspect of your life, like work, family time, and exercising. Furthermore, there are a number of strategies you can use to find the time to focus on the 5-hour rule. Make it part of your morning routine. For more on this concept, watch our video about the 7-step process for creating a morning routine. Maximize your commute time by listening to audiobooks and podcasts related to the skill you want to master. Use James Clear's concept of temptation bundling, where you pair a pleasurable indulgence with learning this skill. We'll provide a link in the show notes of this video to an article that explains this concept. Reduce the amount of time you spend watching TV, going on social media, or scrolling through your phone. Out of all these ideas, the strategy that is most effective is to wake up a little earlier each day to focus on this skill. That way, you can take advantage of your fresh willpower and start your day by doing something productive. 2. Set small goals. Einstein says, "If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal." It is extremely important to have specific goals for this project in order to plan out each step and know how you're making progress toward it. For instance, let's say you want to start a blogging side hustle that you hope will eventually replace your job. This is a massive long-term goal that requires a series of small steps and goals. So you'll want to set specific goals throughout the journey and plan each step along the way. Get started by dividing the whole learning process into smaller parts and planning out each objective. For instance, you could set small goals like this: picking a profitable niche related to one of your interests, learning how to set up a basic WordPress website, researching keywords and topics related to your niche, publishing your first batch of articles, networking with other people in your industry to market your website. You can't do all these tasks at once, but if you break down the process into a series of small goals, then you'll be surprised at how much you can accomplish by using the 5-hour rule. 3. Customize your 5-hour rule. Warren Buffett, the legendary billionaire investor, is known for his intense work schedule. Reportedly, he spends about 5 to 6 hours a day reading financial reports. Even though Buffett follows the 5-hour rule, he's an extreme case where he's structured his entire life around learning. That said, you probably can't dedicate hours to learning. But the reason I mentioned Warren Buffett is to show you can adapt the 5-hour rule to fit your schedule. You can increase the time or do it at different times or different ways. The important thing here is to be consistent. If you believe that adding more hours to learning and implementing will help you achieve your goals faster, then go ahead and do it. This is your life, so how you implement the 5-hour rule depends on your personal situation. Side note, since we're talking about Warren Buffett, I encourage you to check out our other video about Warren Buffett's 25-5 rule for focusing on your important goals. 4. Reflect on your progress and experiment with new strategies. After starting the process of learning, take time to evaluate your progress. Ask yourself, are you being efficient with your time? Are you getting closer to your goals? What can be done better? Once a week, as part of a weekly review, make it a point to analyze your goals and see how you're making progress toward them. Also, take time to learn new strategies and try them out. Experimenting often leads to brighter ideas, so don't hesitate to change things up. 5. Transform learning into a daily ritual. We already talked about waking up earlier and implementing the 5-hour rule into your morning routine. Even though you don't necessarily have to do it in the morning, it is important to dedicate a minimum of 5 hours of time each week to work on a skill. That's why it's important to turn this rule into a daily ritual. Many successful people, such as Elon Musk or Oprah Winfrey, have rituals that allow them to enhance their productivity. For example, if you practice the 5-hour rule in the morning, you can take advantage of it and turn it into a ritual. This way, you start the day by focusing on something productive. One simple way to do this is to turn the 5-hour rule into a SMART goal that you take action on each morning. So with that in mind, let's talk about the free tool that I promised in the introduction of this video. On our blog, we have a free SMART goal template you can use to print out and track each of your important goals. If you're interested in implementing the 5-hour rule concept, then be sure to check out this template. The link to it is in the description box of this video. Finally, if you want to take immediate action on the process that you just learned, then click and watch our video about the SMART goal concept with 21 examples.